It's a funny thing, but I have a very warm feeling every time I come through the airport. Everyone says hello. And today, you're so special, you work so hard, and who was with us on our trip to Smoky Mountain? None of you. One at the back. Who was on our trip with us when we went to Father Rocky? That was 3 years back now. Well, we've been coming every year to see him. And we've made our small contribution always because Father Rocky does the most amazing things for the children here. And we had the honour of having Father Rocky in our show. Did you notice last year? Did you watch it? And we also had the children. We managed to creep in, film them singing, which allowed them to be in the show. I hope you all saw that because they sung so beautifully. There was high emotion when Father Rocky won our award. He'll always be there for us. But you know, it brings me to the last time we were here. We had a very special day at your children's hospital. I hope I get the name right. The Jose Reyes Memorial Hospital. Do you know it? Yes. Who's been there? You have? Oh, thank you. You should all try and go because there's an awful lot there that is being done. The nursing staff and doctors are amazing, but they have little funds to work with. And last time we were here, we saw that the babies that, as you know, newborns badly need mother's breast milk. And some of the moms aren't able to feed their babies. And so what Arnold committed to do was to raise the money to put a special breast milk machine in, which is not just the machine, it's a whole big series of things, so that the babies can take the other mother's milk, which they give to the bank. It's a bank really for milk. And luckily, our beautiful Miss Philippines from last year, that was her commitment to do this through this year. And luckily now, I think that you're going to find that's a presentation that is being made by Arnold, who's raising finally the rest of the money. I think it's something like 4.2 million pesos. And I think that that's a credit to Arnold in his first year, and it's a credit to Miss Philippines who brought the subject to us. So the good thing is Beauty with a Purpose is working. Like Smoky Mountain. Did any of you come to Smoky Mountain?
Yeah. No.
Great. Well, you know there that we've been able to do a fair amount. We need to do more. We've managed actually to get computers and televisions for the schoolrooms so that they're all able to do a lot more than just have the poor teacher try and keep them busy because there's lots of programs. Just to tell you, I shouldn't go off field, but I must tell you this is very exciting. New Zealand, Miss New Zealand brought her project to us, and it was one called Learn Coach. I want to bring it here to the Philippines because Learn Coach is now helping 220,000 children across New Zealand. It's been accepted by the New Zealand authorities. And what it does is, what I hate to hear is drop out from school. It's not a child's fault always, you know, and if they drop out at 15, they do need their education, but no one's there to teach them. So this Learn Coach is able to actually get them at whatever age they are learning, or whatever level they're learning. Learn Coach can get them onto major schooling. We've seen it, we've tried it, we've tested it, it's working across New Zealand. So I hope to bring it here next, especially for the children who haven't had the privilege of getting to school. So a lot of good things are happening, and you started it with your enthusiasm. And I'd like to think that we can all join in with the next project for the new Miss Philippines, which leads me to the fact that your new Miss Philippines, whoever she's going to be tonight, will be beautiful because I've met them all and they're all stunning young ladies. But they've got a very special plan to carry, and that is the hearts of the Filipinos, along with the projects. So I'm hoping she will present to us a project, and I'm hoping we'll come back and give it more support. So Miss World's Beauty with a Purpose is working well, and we're so proud that we can be here with you and work toward a better life for our underprivileged kids. So if you would like to ask me any questions, I'd be happy, or I'd be happy to pass it on. But for me, I can't wait till tomorrow night to see the show. I'll be nervous for them,
Tomorrow
but
night?
they can all be with
Sunday
us.
pa.
There's only got to be one that represents us.
Oo.
We will look after her. She'll be most welcome, and I know she'll come back with lots of good memories, if not the crown.
That's great.
So, who knows? It's in the hands of God, not me. But thank you for listening to me, and I look forward very much for the rest of my stay here. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan, for your very inspiring and welcome back to the
Ano
Philippines.
pangalan sa mga...
At this point, we would also like to hear a few words from one of our past title holders who continues to dedicate her time and efforts to Miss World's charity as one of its hard-working ambassadors. She was first crowned Miss Mundo de Puerto Rico 2016 and was subsequently crowned Miss World 2016. Let's hear it for musician, model, and beauty queen, the Beauty with a Purpose ambassador, Miss Stephanie Del Valle.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. I am so happy to be back in the Philippines and to see so many of you guys that were here to receive me last year. I've been when the Miss World organization told me that we were coming back to the Philippines, I was thrilled. But I didn't know it was for the Miss World Philippines, and now I get to be a judge once again. So I think I have a little bit of experience because you were Miss World Philippines this year. Laura, she did an excellent job. And I know this year I've heard there's a lot of tough competition, a lot of worthy girls. And I can't wait to get to know them and to see the final show. This year, I've been working as a Beauty with a Purpose ambassador, along and traveling alongside the current Miss World, Manishi Chiller. We have been able to see and to change so many things all across the world, starting with Manishi's project, that of course she'll tell you more about. And it has just been the most amazing thing to have the support of people all over the world for the work that we do, because the whole motive of the girls who go and compete in this world isn't to be a pretty girl. It's to have a platform and be able to impact the lives of people everywhere, but starting off with your own communities. And when I came here last year, we were able to visit Smoky Mountain, and if you guys saw in my farewell speech, it was my most impactful moment as a Miss World, because I was able to see a lot of injustices for the lives of these children, but then was so overcome by the fact that the Miss World Philippines organization and everybody wants to change the lives of these people, and that's what Miss World is. That's what Beauty with a Purpose is. And every year, 120 girls come together for this initiative that Miss Julia Morley created. And all I have to say is thank you to everybody who continues to support for the work that we do, because we greatly appreciate it, and we could not do it without you guys as well.
Before we continue, we would like to call to the presidential table the Miss World Philippines National Director, Mr. Arnold Vega-Fria. Would you like to make a few welcome remarks?
I'm sorry to everyone, I'm late because I was stuck in traffic. By the way, I just want to say thank you to all our friends in media, to all the people here for joining us today. And this will be our last press conference before the final night will be on Sunday. And I hope you guys please support the Miss World Philippines 2018. And I would like to say also thank you to all of our visitors, of course, headed by the chairman, the chairperson of the Miss World organization, Ms. Julia Morley. Thank you for coming and thank you for always supporting the Miss World Philippines. And of course, the two lovely queens, the 2017 Stephanie Del Valle, and of course the reigning Miss World 2018 from India, Manushi Chilar. And in the last, this will be the last for how many days to go? 2 more days before the final night. And I'm so happy that all the 40 young ladies are very happy and are enjoying the competition. And I just want to say that me myself, I'm having a hard time to choose who will be our queens, who will be the representative of our country to those international competitions, especially to the Miss World 2018. And thank you for supporting, and also the Beauty with a Purpose. I'm so happy of the result of the fundraising, the charity ball, that we got the target of what we're supposed to donate for our charity, which is the CERES Memorial Medical Center.
It feels like home. This world is an opportunity. It's a journey that young people get to live, where they get to express themselves and seek their purpose. And I'm so happy yesterday when I saw all the contestants when they arrived. The kind of enthusiasm they had. I remember when I was a contestant, and it felt so good to see them so involved into the pageant, because I don't know if they realize it right now, but once they go back home, whether they win or not, it is going to be a journey that they're going to cherish for all their lives, and it's going to be a journey from which they're going to learn, and whatever they do, even if they end up doing the same thing, they're going to do it differently. Last year, I remember being in top 5 of Beauty with a Purpose with Laura, right next to me, and 5 of us were holding hands. And honestly, when I saw Laura's project, it was wonderful what she's been doing. And I'm so happy that the whole Miss World Philippines organization has supported her through this project. And well, you guys won Miss Beauty with a Purpose, so kudos for that. And being a contestant and now being a judge, I can understand what's going on through those girls' minds. I can understand how nervous they all are. But one thing I think I can assure everyone is that Philippines always sends a very strong contender. And I'm very sure that this year you're going to send a wonderful girl as well. Thank you so much, and I've been practicing a little bit of the language, so I'm going to try something.
Let's hear it.
Okay. It says, Mahal ko kayo to all of you and to Philippines. I hope I said it right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
To represent something instead of, let's say, a beautiful girl who just woke up one day and felt beautiful and he just all of a sudden want to join a beauty pageant. So what can you say about that?
Hi. I feel that, well, I can tell you from my personal experience, when I was a medical student and I wanted to do something, yes, I did have the idea and I did have the want to make a difference. But now that I'm doing the same project after winning Miss World, I think all of you have seen what a great impact being a title holder has had on it, with an entire organization that is experienced, that has been doing this for so many years, backs you up and guides you through it, then definitely your project does blossom. So I can tell you from personal experience that to have the will to do something, you don't need to be a title holder, you can be anyone. But to execute it, yes, being a title holder or even being a contestant for such a prestigious organization makes a big difference.
I believe that the girls who come to compete at Miss World are intrigued by joining this organization because they have the opportunity to work with such a prestigious and successful organization such as Beauty with a Purpose. And the girls who go to compete at Miss World is because they are, they're they're thinking about what they can do to change their communities and to impact the lives of the people all around them. The girls who go and compete at Miss World need to be passionate and need to become passionate. So, I honestly believe if you have those two things and what you set out in your heart is to change the lives of the people around you, then there's nothing stopping you to compete in Miss World.
Hi, I'm Robert from Manila Bulletin. Okay, the peg of my question is all about Hollywood. What did you just appeared on the Ellen show? Tell us what the experience like.
Well, I was a guest audience at the Ellen's show, and wow. I mean, I've asked this question many times, but I think the first time, well, it was a wonderful experience. She's one of the funniest people I know. We in India watch her show twice a day, and I personally do every time I have breakfast. I do watch the Ellen's show, and what I love about her show is that she is such a people's person. She makes you feel so involved, and at the same time, she makes sure that she gives back to the community. And that's what Miss World is also all about. So it was a great experience, and I hope I go there as a guest as well very soon.
Okay, now that you have tasted a bit of Hollywood, would you consider pursuing a Hollywood career?
But a Hollywood career. Well, I mean, this 1 year I have done things I could never even imagine I was capable of. So then why not?
How about Stephanie? Would you consider a Hollywood project in the future?
Well, as many of you know, I was studying to be an entertainment lawyer, but also my biggest passions are musical theater and acting, singing, dance, all of that stuff. So my big dream is to end up on Broadway or at the West End, but I'm also very open to film and just whatever. And in the Philippines, just as Arnold just said, and honestly, just whatever opportunities present themselves that will make me happy. So.
Miss Julia, is this world heading to Hollywood this time? Like, are we going to see more of the winners in big Hollywood movies or popular TV shows in the future?
Well, I think you're looking at two people now that are going to do it. But I will say this, that the great thing about the United States of America is that next year, every state in the United States is going to elect beauty with a purpose. So at long last, the United States is catching up with the rest of the world, and they're going to be doing beauty with a purpose. That means electing a girl in every state who's going to be working in her own state to look at what the needs are. And I guess, like every other country in the world, there's plenty of needs in the country. So the youth is going to turn and help in their own area. And I'm so proud of that. So we will be going, hopefully, to Hollywood, and they're famous, and I'm getting their autograph. But we will be able to also carry out, believe their projects with us.
Okay, last question.
Yes.
Ms. Julia. Are there ongoing negotiations for Manushi to appear in other shows like the Steve Harvey show, stuff like that?
With what we are doing in the States next year, I think you'll find that probably most of her life will be spent in the States next year. But it's not for me to speak in advance because it's not right. But I will tell you this that you might be interested in, and I'm hoping Arnold can put it to you. We've just completed a 6 independent television shows or whichever Netflix or whatever way, where Miss World, our ambassador, and the girls that last year were top 5 in the continents, all came with us on a round the world tour, using beauty with a purpose in each place. We stopped, of course, in India, and Manushi is being very, very polite today. She should be much more proud of what she's done. She went across India with her purpose, her project, and even got the Prime Minister of India to drop the tax on sanitary towels. All the schools are getting them, and a whole educational program for hygiene and health is there. And the great thing was she had enormous support from my lovely lady, Miss World last year. But we also had Oceanians, Africa, Asia. We all came together. And we've done a 6 series on all the countries we went to. So you can see the work we're doing around the world. So, you know, without you, we couldn't do these things. We need you. And I hope that we can continue to stay to work together where you can see us grow each year and do something useful. Thank you very much.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Norman from norman.com. My question is both for Manushi and Stephanie. This question is coming from the fact that you'll be judging Miss World Philippines this coming Sunday. I know for a fact that the 40 girls, at least 3/4 of them could be the next Miss World Philippines. You will be interviewing the 40 girls soon. What do you hope to find in the next girl who your gut feel will tell you is a potential Miss World Philippines?
Well, first of all, I'm very excited to meet all the 40 contestants because, as what you just mentioned, that's what the organization is telling me. 90% of the girls are more than capable of representing the Philippines in a very, very positive way. And what I have to say that what I would be looking for in a Miss Philippines is someone who is themselves and who speaks from the heart. And like I said before, someone who is passionate and compassionate, because to me those are like the 2 most important things for any candidate. You have to be passionate for what you're doing, passionate in representing where you're from, and then of course have a big heart for the work that you do as a Miss World Philippines.
Well, you said that 3/4 of them are very strong, so I think as strong as the competition, it becomes tougher for us. And to the girl who will be representing, what I would personally look for is the first thing who she really is, because during your year, every Miss World has been very different, and it is their personality and who they are and what they stand for is something that has been unique about each year. And apart from who she is, just like Stephanie said, that she has to be passionate about it, and she has to be passionate about the motto of this world, which is beauty with a purpose, because she's going to be filling in, she's going to be a part of a legacy that has been there for 67 years, and it's not an easy job. So let's see who actually is able to represent Philippines.
Thank you. And a quick question for Miss Julia. I've always wanted to ask you this question. Like this coming Miss World 2018, you will be reviewing 120 Beauty with a Purpose projects from among the 120 candidates. Outside the actual projects themselves, let's say that all 120 projects are fabulous, they're so good that you want to implement all 120 projects. How do you actually pick the ones who would really stand out?
You've got some really good questions today, and that is the most difficult one of all. I tell you what we do. We have about 35, 40 people from all walks of life, doctors, lawyers, everybody that sits together, license holders as well. And they look, we realize the top 20, and that's done with various medical, social, and etc. People who are qualified to say, yes, that's good, or we could do more with that. But let me say this, it's not always the biggest project, because it doesn't, there was an occasion where the big panel of really qualified people in many ways stopped, and one girl came to present her project. She was from Sweden, and she said, I'm feeling that all of these projects are so amazing, but I have just one person. Now that is so important to remember. I look after a girl who cannot help herself. She is incapable of moving, she understands, but she can't speak a lot. But Miss Sweden played the piano. So she went and lived in the house. She would wash her and dress her, and she would take her out to shop, and she would play the piano to her and make her feel beautiful and special. Unfortunately, the young lady didn't have a long time to live. When she came to us, the young lady was just about to die, and she didn't want to come, but the woman begged her to come because she had been following, she had been listening to the music. She was living her life through Miss Sweden, do you know what I mean? And she went to us with a heavy heart, but she went and communicated, and the girl did wait till she got home, but she said what a wonderful experience it was living with such a beautiful person, because she had music, she had love, and she had attention. So, imagine her for a minute, and then imagine somebody who saves the lives of 6,000. It's all relative to what you know. So each one must be judged honestly, independently, but with a group of people who have the understanding to do so. Because big isn't always beautiful, is it? And it's the one person that matters. And if you can't look after one person, what are you doing on this earth? So we all owe it to each other to look after your nearest neighbor or your nearest loved one. And if you can do that honestly, you've already reached the highest pinnacle. But that must make you feel good. So can you imagine being able to all work together and get the milk bank going, help those mothers who are stressed and can't feed their babies? It's all relative to what you know. And so whatever you do, one small deed is as good as a million to me. So how do we judge it? We do our best, and that's all we can do.
Thank you so much.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Jay Patel from Malaya Business Insight. First of all, congratulations to Miss World and the Miss World Philippines organization for this partnership, for your charities, the project for Jose Reyes Memorial Medical Center. And soon after, before the end of the year, I'm sure everybody will be busy for hosting the Mr. World in January. My question is, do we see any ray of light for the Philippines hosting the Miss World winter?
I think absolutely. There isn't a question in my mind that I won't be here in the next 5 years, but which year yet, I can't say. All I know is that you've got a promise that when I do, you're 100% behind us. And that by then, with your media, your power, you can explain to people the difference of Miss World and any other contest. Not that the others are bad, they just don't do enough to be useful. So that's only my feeling. So I truly want to come, and I will come, and we will do it together, but I want everyone to want it here, so that we feel that we can all do a good job together. We've got a lot of problems, like Indonesia, blessing, horrible, horrible situation there. And often, do you remember the time we arrived with Miss Philippines, who then became Miss World Megan? We went straight out to the disaster areas. And in a funny kind of way, it brought us home, because the people were so pleased in their plight, and they still had a smile for us. With a line, and the hospital was overflowing. But Megan was such a powerful source, and we still love her dearly. And she'll always be part of our family. So maybe that's why I love the Philippines so much. She's embedded in us, you know. So the answer is absolutely, we will come.
Just one more point of clarification. Who among them is judging on Sunday, sitting as a judge on Sunday?
Yeah.
I saw in the press release that Mr. World, Francisco Escobar, would have been here also.
Yeah, Francisco Escobar is in town now, but he's now in Cebu for a fashion show with the Dubai designers. He will be one of the hosts.
We're looking forward to that on Sunday. Thank you very much.
Hello. Hi, I'm Walter Taya from Rappler. I've always been watching this world since I was a little kid, and just on a personal note, every time I would hear the words, "I shall now announce the winners in reverse order. That really gives me chills every single time, and I'm sure you guys really, that has become really memorable. But when you started The Beauty with a Purpose in 1972, since then you've worked tirelessly with that purpose. From your eyes, how has the needs of the world changed from 1972 to the present?
Well, that's an interesting question. In 71, actually, I was in Singapore, and I was looking out of the hotel window. I was up high. Early in the morning, as it got light, I was looking out to really get my bearings. But remember, Singapore wasn't like it is today. It was very poor. I guess it was after the wars and all the things that happened on the streets. Changi only had a prison, not an airport. And anyway, I saw this old lady walk along the road with 2 bags in her hand. And she was addressing lots of young children and old people who were lying on the road, a lot of them handicapped. And she went up to each one. In the one bag, she took out a cloth, and she washed the face and hands of the person, and she gave them some food from the other bag. She went along the road doing this, and I watched her with interest. The next morning, I actually set my alarm clock up to watch for her. And I went running down to get to see her, and she'd gone. So the next morning, I was ready. And I got down the stairs and I went to her and I said, I've been watching you from the window. Why do you, every day, you do the same thing? Which was a very stupid question, but I was pretty young at the time. And she looked at me and she didn't get angry, she smiled and she said, remember, my dear, is it not better to light one candle in the darkness than not to see at all? And she taught me that is beauty with a purpose. And I went away, and that's how it started, beauty with a purpose. But to get to your point, the world's a changing place so much. It's not so much the problem, it's the misery that each of us can plant in others by this awful flipping thing you all love, this little internet thing. Oh, it drives me crazy. I'm still on the BlackBerry. But you keep looking down at that and you don't look around you. You sit at tables and you're doing it all in families now and you don't look around you. But that's how we look. We blinkers about life and it's not your fault. But when we elect people to work on our behalf, we pray that they're going to really look after our needs. And when you see the manipulators in life, you pray that they will stop doing that. All we can do is be human, to be kind to each other, and work as hard as we can to help those who can't help themselves. I haven't got an easy answer for you. I wish I had. I pray that we could find answers to many problems. The Indonesian problem, the floods here, people of poverty, there's so many things, but we have to start somewhere in our own lives. If we start by helping each other and by doing one kind of thing, well, it's a start. So I haven't a recipe for it, I haven't got a remedy. I just try and live the best way we can, but give others a chance.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. First, Tristan Francisco from the Philippine Pageantry. Welcome back, Mabuhay. It's good to see you again here in the Philippines, and welcome back again, Ms. Manushi and Ms. Stephanie. My question is actually, I have questions each for you, but first with Mrs. Morley. You have 120 delegates coming. What's your secret of having that most number of delegates in any pageant in the world? Every year. You do that every year.
Well, I know it's the largest show. It's not so much the number of people. I don't strive to get numbers. I strive to get human beings together. Sometimes we have someone and they're not able to visit at the last minute, maybe visas, maybe different things in the country. But we work with licenses for 130 countries. It varies between 115, 120, 122. This year, I think it's 100, well, we know it's 130 that's gone out. Actually, it's 131, but we don't know. Depends on what happens in life. Sometimes people can't do the things that they want to do. So I would estimate it around 122, 23, something like that.
So can you tell us the secret of Miss World organization for having those many number of people or countries or territories who want to join Miss World?
I know what it is because I know that these young women, along with others, they still keep in contact. The world's a small place and they can all meet and they can talk. But as we go into new countries, the youth of that country will help each other. The great thing is, I think the adults around the world have messed it up completely. They've lost the plot.
Yes.
It's youth that is going to change how we feel. It's youth that's not going to be afraid to stand up and be counted. It's youth that's not going to be afraid to get their hands dirty. I know because I've worked with them. I've seen them up a mountain in Haiti. I've seen them helping kids in all kinds of situations. And they will do their best. They will work so hard. So my hope is the future, because I think we messed it up. We've taken too much, and we haven't given enough in this time. But we can still try. And I think that's what everyone's realizing now.
Oh, thank you for that, Mrs. Morley. Before I end the question with you, I would just like to say that if I heard it right a while ago, you said that you only have like 5 years left. You're not sure if you can be back here, but I think you have more than 10 years left. So yes, more than that. So we wish you the best and we wish you well with your health. So we'll see you again here. And you'll be here during the Miss World in the Philippines. Yes. Yes. And for Ms. Balushi, the last time we talked when you were here, you mentioned about your program about the menstruation problem in India. How is it now? Where is it in the sphere of things now?
Well, it is my favorite topic to talk about now because when I came to Philippines in April, we had done our first tour and we had just started with the project. We had put in the efforts, but the results were still, and I mean, it's still changing, but it's been a humongous improvement ever since. In July, when we went to South Africa on the 100th birthday of Nelson Mandela, we took the first ever machine to South Africa, to the African continent. So I know that my project from India, from a national project, has gone international. We're going to different countries now, which has been a big change. Apart from that, there are different governments talking about it. There were different African countries, governments and ambassadors from those countries who want that project now. Also in my own country, apart from spreading across, we have also the tax, which was a major obstacle for people to buy sanitary pads, which was dropped. And that was something that is a recent development. So a lot of parallel things have been happening, and I couldn't imagine my project would, so soon turn out to be such a big movement. And the kind of support that I've got, I think I'm very fortunate, and I'm very grateful to everyone who's been there, because somehow this project has not only changed the lives of girls all across the world, but it's changed my life as well.
Well, we wish you the best with that project, but one last thing, hope you always take care of yourself, because what happened to you recently, it's all over the world and the news about what happened to you, and we hope that you always take care of your health and yourself, because we want you to be longer living so that you'll be able to help more people.
But being injury doesn't do anything to my lifespan.
Yes.
But thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. Thank you, and I'll be a little less adventurous next time.
Yes, thank you, and welcome back here. Then Miss Stephanie, you mentioned your focus is more on musical theater. The Filipinos love singing and music, and you know what's going to happen next. Can you give us a sample of one of your best songs?
One of my best songs.
Yes, okay. Yes. Please serenade the Filipino people who are watching now. Okay, thank you.
So I'm going to be singing a song. It's a Puerto Rican song. It's called En Mi Viejo San Juan. And we call it like our second national anthem because it is about a a young man who was from Puerto Rico, and he moved to the United States to find a better life for himself. And as the song goes on, we realize that he's gotten older, and that the only thing that he's about to die, and the only thing that he wants to do is come back home, but he can't. So it's a very sad song.
You're giving me goosebumps.
But it's so it's a sad song, but I think it's one of the most beautiful songs and the most Puerto Rican thing you'll ever hear.
Oh, you guys, let's encourage her, guys. Go, Stephanie.
En mi viejo San Juan, cuántos sueños forjé en mis noches de infancia. Mi primera ilusión y mis cuitas de amor son recuerdos del alma. Una tarde me fui hacia extraña nación, pues lo quiso el destino. Pero mi corazón se quedó frente al mar en mi viejo San Juan.
Wow, very beautiful, very beautiful. Thank you ladies, and welcome back to the Philippines.
Do you have any more questions from our friend?
Hi, I'm
Ben.
Daniel Gray from Pageant of Overload Philippines. Hi, Bessie. Hi, Arnold. Hi, everyone. I have a question for Manusha and Stephanie. Can you share your best experience during your reign, and can you tell what have you have learned from it?
It's very difficult to point out at one experience because I've had so many best experiences. Because every time I go to a country, I tell myself, oh my god, this is the best experience ever. But what I'm really happy is that this year we could travel to so many countries, we could travel to every continent, and I got to see so many different kinds of people across the world. So I think my best experience is this whole year. I have never learned so much in such a short span of time. I've never met so many people, traveled so much. And as an experience, I can't tell you one, I'm sorry, but as an experience, this has been the best experience of my life. I feel like I'm a part of a much bigger family now, and it's changed me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She just kind of took the words right out of my mouth. Just when you're in this world, you are exposed to so many things that you never thought you could ever see. Just like what I experienced here in the Philippines, and so many other things. And I think one of my most favorite things that I've been able to live has been sharing this year with Manushi, and especially the part where we were with the continental winners, because as you'll be able to see in the documentary, and you'll be able to completely understand the work that we do, we travel to every single continent and work with the local Miss World organizations and change the lives of all these people. And honestly, I can't wait till you guys see the series, because like I said, you will finally be able to fully understand the work that Miss World and Beauty with a Purpose does, what the year in the life of a Miss World is, and you'll be able to agree with us that it's really, really difficult to pick what has been the most favorite and the most impactful. So, yeah.
But I'd like to add something, that what the world usually sees is one day in the entire year when you see the pageant, but the other 364 days is what actually Miss World is about.
Thank you.
Any more final questions?
Hi, I'm Conan of Conan Lady. My question is for our queens, Ms. Manushi and Stephanie. Earlier we talked about transgender women joining beauty pageants or Miss World, which is a controversial issue. My question is, when answering controversial questions like this, be it in Q&A portions or media interviews, is it better to give a safe answer that makes the majority happy, or just be honest about it, even if that means offending some, if not many?
whenever you have the opportunity to speak, whether it be a controversial or just a regular subject, the most important thing to do is to speak from the heart and to always say what you believe. And if in a controversial topic situation, what you have to do, you speak your mind, but you do it in the most respectful way possible. So I think that's just what you always have to think about when it comes to answering a question of a controversial subject.
I feel that when you answer a question, what is most important is honesty. You have to be honest with people, and people will understand. But also, when you are at a pageant such as Miss World, you're competing to represent, to be able to work with the entire world. You cannot exclude a community. You have to make everyone feel like they are included and they are part of the family.
Thank you, Conan.